In Banjul and from our studios on MDI Road, this is the news. Our main stories. Police nab suspected serial rapist after 3 weeks of intense manhunt. The Gambia chapter of the International Community on Integration has been launched as the German-based organization outlines plans to support the youth and national development endeavors. The African Union urges Eritrea and Djibouti to remain calm after a territorial dispute along their border. And the government of Portugal declares 3 days of mourning in the wake of devastating forest fires that killed at least 60 people. These and other stories coming ahead in tonight's edition of the news. I am Madeline Baji. After an intense manhunt lasting for 3 weeks, police investigators have finally apprehended S.I. Jajo, the suspect in serial cases of rape, burglary and theft in the Combo North area. The suspect is also helping homicide investigators in the statutory rape of an 8-year-old girl in Combo Lamen. That story by Ibrahim Ajata will air later in the news. Gambians have hailed local NGO Vision Development Foundation for its service to humanity, particularly in this holy month of Ramadan. Among those who recognized the community-based NGO's efforts are top government figures and Gambian music star. Maud S. Jallo has that story.
As Vision Development Foundation intensifies its month-long Ramadan donation of food items to Muslims into the last 10 days of the holy month, several Gambians have come out to praise the local NGO for what they describe as selfless service to humanity. Among those to have recognized the humanitarian work of the foundation is the Foreign Affairs Minister, who presided over one of the presentations of iftar meal to Muslims.
Particularly impressed by the magnanimity, the philanthropy of a Vision Foundation, and certainly this is what every Muslim who can afford it is what is expected to do. This is the month of sharing and caring. This foundation has shown that it has the interest of the poor, those who cannot afford for themselves.
The country's top diplomat describes the activities of Vision Development Foundation as complementing government's efforts, which, if emulated by others, can make a difference in alleviating poverty.
Well, I want to appeal to all other Gambians who are in the same situation as Mr. Dabo to really emulate him.
Mr. Dabo is not alone in commending Vision Development Foundation. Gambia's Kora Maestro, Jaliba Kuyade, has for the past years been invited to grace the Ramadan distribution, and the music superstar, like many others, has been impressed with the foundation's countless charitable work around the country and beyond.
I see this thing godly. I always said so. Mamadou Dabo is a philanthropist whose kind is rare to come by. He's got this whole NGO meant for helping people. And now, as I'm thinking things, this is not in only one region. This is extending.
The charitable organization was established by Gambian businessman and philanthropist Modutro Dabo almost a decade ago to help the poor and underprivileged in society to live a better life.
I'm very much impressed. Previously, I used to see the people on the high roads waiting for. I was thinking that they're always giving bread alone. But honestly, I've seen the work of Vision Development Foundation. At a distance, I definitely knew how they touch the life of people. But actually, I, as an individual, have come and seen as a governor I've seen that definitely they're really into charity.
When you come to humanitarian needs, it's not only this. They build roads for communities, they build toilets for communities, they build markets for communities, they build health centers, they build police stations for communities. So it's not only food that they give, they help in national development across the board.
With its numerous interventions in various sectors, Vision Development Foundation stands at the forefront of Gambian NGOs, transforming the lives of many and contributing to national development. Mohamed Estialo, GRTS News.
The Gambia chapter of the International Community of Integration has been launched. The German-based organization seeks, amongst other things, to encourage youth and help capacity in areas pertinent to national development. Aissatou Keta reports.
Since a large chunk of migrants have been repatriated from Libya, others deported from America and other countries, with more yet to come home. Their coming back to the Gambia is said to be one thing, but reintegrating them into the society has been another problem, with many still struggling to find a way out.
Unfortunately, the current batch of 171 returning migrants, we only got 4 individuals that have been selected for reintegration.
It is for this and other reasons that the International Community of Integration was born in the Gambia, a German-based organization that seeks to help refugees, both in Germany and home, to find orientation, safety, and a new feeling of being home.
With the many refugees coming into Germany from different countries all around the world, they've decided that it's important to know where those refugees are coming from, their countries, what's their situation in their countries, what's the problem there, and what's their culture, and how can we integrate, how can we help each other to become, for the world to become a better place for living.
Their scope of support is said to be diverse, ranging from education, health to skills development, just as the organization has been doing in Germany.
You may know people, if they going through the high sea, they live through very many difficult situations. And even in Germany, they are there, but you just told, and they were expecting paradise. But they have paperwork, no work, no school, no German, and if you don't have anything, you cannot educate yourself. And also they have different cultures, so it's very hard to find friends. Even the culture, the clash of cultures is a topic. So this was the reason because we founded ICOI Germany, our NGO.
It is the first step taken by the organization with its Gambian counterpart to meet the plight of Gambian refugees abroad. And indications are that more development efforts are to follow soon. For GRTS News, I am Aissatou Keta.
Now, China is positioning itself as a major partner of Africa, enjoying bilateral ties with most countries, including the Gambia. However, Beijing's presence on the continent is also greeted in some quarters with cautious optimism. Rohibite in China takes a closer look at the situation.
The relationship between China and Africa has been a long-standing one, but its rapid development of recent, which is reportedly based on mutual respect, mutual needs, mutual benefits, and common development, seems to spark a series of debates by critics who question if China-Africa relations are a new form of colonization. Others say its support to some African countries might be a feature debt hanging to be paid, while others maintain it's a new form of promoting its culture and communism. The perception that China is the new colonizer, according to Kenyan President Uhuru Kenyatta, is a complete misrepresentation of Beijing's activities in Africa, and this he said in December 2015. These criticisms also reflect its relationship with the Gambia. China-Gambia relationship, it could be recalled, was just recently restored after the former government cut ties with Taiwan and recognizing the One China policy. Since the rekindling of ties, trade relations between the duo have increased rapidly, scholarships for students and a host of other developments on the pipeline.
And we have entered a new stage of our relationship. And last year, the total trade volume between our two countries have achieved $400 million US. which is a 4.1 growth year on year.
Critics also question if there is no other Chinese interest underneath, but this has been continuously emphasized by the Chinese government that China has no interest in interfering on any government internal affairs and will never interfere.
All countries should respect each other's sovereignty, dignity, and territorial integrity, respect each other's development path and social systems, and respect each other's core interests and major concerns.
Are critics giving a deaf ear to the figures? That is also a question that many ask, as China's trade relations with other countries or continents are far higher than its trade with Africa. Questioning the reason behind so-called unfounded criticisms, the relationship between China and the Gambia has been many a times reiterated by the Chinese embassy in the Gambia that it is based on mutual win-win cooperation that seeks to benefit both countries. Since Africa has a large population, which is now a potential market for many argue that could be the basis for the criticisms based on interest. But it is now left to the African governments and that of the Gambia to pursue its interests for its path to development. Rahi Bitey, reporting for GRTS News from Beijing, China.
The Gold Holders Award Association, GAHA, recently organized an Islamic conference and fast breaking. Janke Toure has the details.
For the past years, the Gold Award Holders Association has been embarking on similar activities in the country. This year's conference attracted about 150 participants from all walks of life. The activity focused on the theme Islamic Perspective on Democracy for Peace and Reconciliation.
As we are the drivers of change, and change have occurred in this new Gambia, but there are so many issues currently revolving around our communities that you and I may not be comfortable with. We thought it necessary to bring the team. We have seen so many people, in fact, abusing our officers in the name of democracy. Some people misuse it. Some people even abuse people in that name. And that we think it is necessary that we bring all of you together and bring our Islamic scholars, those who talk to us as young people. As in many of the cases, we are always been used to kickstart violence, to spark violence.
The association is a group of young people bent on complementing the efforts of the President International Award. Seni Drame is the Executive Director, President International Award.
We all know that it is young people of any country that are full of energy. They are the driving force of any economy. They are the driving force of any society. So they should not be left in isolation. We should approach them from all angles, from social angles, religious angles, developmental angles. They should be engaged throughout.
The Public Relations Officer at the Drug Law Enforcement Agency, the Gambia, dilated on the importance of peace from an Islamic perspective.
We all know one underlying principle, we discussed that last year here, is it's all about or aiming at reformation, reforming people, changing their lifestyles, changing their behaviors, changing their conduct, so that they become responsible, meaningful people within the society and to themselves.
Mohammed, the guest speaker on the occasion, gave a presentation on the topic Democracy for Peace and Reconciliation. The day-long event culminated in a breaking meal. Reporting for GRTS News, I am Janke Toure.
We will be back with sports after the break.
Hey, Lynn. Hey, you look tense. I mean, what's up?
I can't help it. The internet is way too slow.